What's going on, everybody? So I got a heads up that there was going to be an announcement on Friday. Special thank you to Illa and Oliver that something great was going to happen on Friday, a special announcement, and we have it. The official sequel, the second game in the Grand Tactician lineup, called Grand Tactician Napoleonic Wars. All right, and if you catch my earlier dev blogs on Grand Tactician Civil War, you knew this was what I was projecting, guessing was going to be their sequel, because the way it kind of ranks is it's like in terms of popularity, it's like World War II, Civil War, Napoleonic, and I don't know, Napoleonic and Civil War about the same. But anyway, so I'm gonna read through this first. I want to see the actual gameplay video, so let's take a look at this.
En avant, soldats! Gardez le pas! Gardez la ligne!
Whoa. Whoa. I know, right? Oh, wow. Okay, so guys, that was some really just, one thing that I caught here is they're partnering with Keith Roca, who it looks like he's made some really dramatic and amazing art for this game, and I have a feeling that they're going to incorporate that into like the loading screens that they did with like the Civil War. So that is going to be amazing. But just looking at the combat in this game, it feels different. It feels much more fluid in terms of the sprites. If you like took Grand Tactician Civil War and you compared it to like just from what I'm seeing here, it seems like the sprites are more alive, more fast moving. And it feels, the realism, it feels a lot more like, I mean, look at the battlefield, that's another thing. I love this part here where the cannons are firing. And then you see also, like, the one thing I do notice, and you can see it in the dev blogs, is like, not all the infantry fire all at once. You will have parts of a brigade firing individually. Like, sometimes they'll fire all at once, but they'll have certain sections they'll fire. And there's fires on the battlefield too. You see that? And one thing that I do notice also is like it's very representative of the actual European battlefield, right? Just looking at the terrain and everything. One other thing I noticed is while I was editing here, you notice that there is smoke on the battlefield. So like, there's wherever the infantry like right here where let's go to right to that spot right here. So I'm assuming there was a combat here, right? and the smoke lingers. This is not like in Civil War Generals 2. So this is another new thing that we're getting, where, you know, and I'm assuming that's going to affect combat, right? So if you have soldiers here, they're probably going to be less effective in shooting because, you know, they're surrounding by smoke and they're shooting forward. They'll probably hit something, but they're not going to be able to target the enemy as efficiently. So that's just something I just noticed. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. So guys, this looks amazing. I mean, the hills, this really wowed me right here. And I know like Civil War Generals has like mountains and stuff like this, but this feels much more realistic. I don't know why, but this feels much more immersive. Like it's almost like taking a photograph of that background, that huge mountain. And I'm very curious if you could station soldiers inside buildings. That would be really cool. But I do already see new features like fires on the battlefield. You know, you have the square units. And obviously it feels very Napoleonic. So yeah, this is a huge props. I gotta give huge props to Illa and Oliver. You guys you guys are making I don't know what to say. It's just art, just beautiful art that we can, you know, like get our hands into. Now the one thing I do hope multiplayer. I know it's a big thing. I'm making a game called The Glorious Cause. If you guys are familiar with it, check out my Patreon. It's on the screen. I'll be in the description. So I do realize how difficult multiplayer. I actually had a discussion with a programmer about it, and I was we were discussing doing multiplayer for a strategic and tactical based combat game and how difficult that is. And I was like, that's probably why Illa and Oliver kind of went the AI route, which is what my programmer was kind of recommending too. But in my game, there will be multiplayer. That was one of the things I stress heavily because AI is really hard to do, and I feel like nothing kind of competes against a human player. And with my game, it's very inspired by like my love of Civil War Generals and Birth of America. So I remember those days where I played against my friend Artie, who was in the Marines, and we were just, you know, going back and forth turn-wise, and I had some really good memories from back then. You know, I always lost. I think it was like one time I won once. Anyway, will you become the master of Europe? Let's find out. Is there okay, this is a wish list. Okay, so we don't know yet. Let's take a look at the actual up here. Grand Tactician. Those are my kids in the background, by the way. I just want to. They're home today, so it's. You get a little more close-ups here. Man, I mean, that looks amazing. I'm telling you, this definitely looks like Grand Tactician Civil War 2.0. And you know, the amazing thing about this is just the the tactical portion. So there's going to be a strategic element. Yeah, campaigns. So wow, that's going to cover a lot. Definitely more than the 4 years of the Civil War. me see if there's a multiplayer. It's gonna be single player, family sharing. Okay, so I don't think there's gonna be multiplayer. I hope they add it. They surprise us, but we'll see. Anyway, add to wish list. Follow. All right, that does it for this, guys. I have to get back to taking care of my kids, and be sure to go to my Patreon for the Glorious Cause. Huge announcement regarding the Glorious Cause. Go take a look at it. I want your feedback, and I'll see you then.